Z, man. The dude is, I really, and especially when him and Shad get on there. Him and Shad they got a chemistry, bro. It's almost like peaches and herb, bro. They got this thing going. Yeah.
Yo, 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 what up with it? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's up with it? What's going on? Everybody tuned in to the Fans Point of View. Let's go with my co-host Shad. What up, bro? What's going on with you?
What's goody? What's good?
Nothing,
What's goody?
nothing much,
It's
man. Had to take one
crazy.
on the chin. Coach Hayes show you got me. You got me with some body blows, man, over here. You know what I'm saying? I got some baby back trucking up at me. It's all good, though. I was a good sport. I was a good sport. I was a good sport. Hey, what up, man? Your intro gonna always play South Coast. You always gonna play on this show, dog. You know that. You know it, man. You a real one, man. You a real one. Always coming through and all of that, man. I had fun shouting y'all out, man. I'm always showing love to the team, man. Gang over here and all of that. Thank you for tuning in, coming over here, man. Today, man, we gonna get up into the NBA free agency. Obviously, we gonna save the next show. The off defense thing next week. We're gonna roll that over. But we're gonna get up into some NBA free agency today, and we're also gonna get into that NFL kickoff rule today. But first, I have a couple of things I wanted to show up on the Twitter because I know sometimes I be doing my Twitter creeping and I be finding out things and bookmarking them because I be wanting to get, some information upon it. So, just a couple things where we could take a look at real quick. So let me get my bookmarks pulled up real quick out here off of Twitter. And look, and I'll get it playing. Hold on. Cause see now I can hear. All right, so I'm sharing the tab. Can y'all see it? Can you see that shit?
Nah, I can't. I can't see anything.
You can't see it. You can't see the tab I'm sharing. Oh, that's wild.
Nah, I can't see it.
Oh, oh, okay. I didn't get it pulled up on. Look at me. I ain't even got it pulled up on the screen. That's why you can't see it. How you gonna see something that ain't there?
Okay, we got it.
You got it now. I am now. This is just Caitlin Clark. Now, and this is a question for everybody out there: who has been the rookie of the year so far, in y'all opinion? In our opinion, so I'm gonna play this little clip off and get up, and then we can go into a little spiel. Not too long.
I have said this all season, DC. My rookie of the year is going to go
Ooh,
based on the standings
ooh,
Okay.
because
look
I
at
think
it.
that that is
Ooh,
how you have the opportunity to measure
from
impact.
deep.
And the
Oh,
sky's right above
And
them.
the
another
Sky
one.
right
Look
now
at it.
are in the playoffs,
Ooh,
so
she.
you'd have to give
Ooh,
the
look,
nod in my
let me
mind
get
to Angel
that.
Reese. Look, the double double
Ooh,
streak that she's
ooh.
rocking
Mm-hmm.
and rolling, chasing down
That's
12
what she
double
do
doubles
right
to start
there. Ain't that?
is the
Ain't
record
that? She's
that
a.
spanned over
She
two
is a
seasons. She's
straight up.
already gotten to
Ooh, she's
11.
a
I think
problem
when you
down
sit
low. I
back
ain't
and
gonna
you
lie.
look at
It
what's
don't be
around
looking
her, head
pretty,
coach Teresa
but she
Weatherspoon
get
in
it
her
done
first
though.
year,
That's for
there's
the most
not
part.
another number one draft pick on that
For the
roster
most part,
currently.
she get it
There's
done. You know
not
what I mean? So
another
that's
all
about
star
all
on
I
that
have to say
roster
real quick
currently.
though. But if you had to pick it, if you had to pick a rookie of the year out of the WNBA so far, who are you choosing and who you going with, man? Who you going with?
Man, I don't know, man. I mean, cause I'd be disingenuous
Right.
if I answered that, you know. I mean, but like I said, looking on Twitter and looking at people that are trying to, at least from a certain point, try to be unbiased. Some people are saying that, hey, it really should be Caitlyn.
Mm,
But people are looking at the double doubles that Angel Reese is getting, which obviously those two came to the WNBA with the most fanfare. So in
mhm.
reality, it has to go to it has to go to one of them two.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know.
It's hard to choose between
It's
the
it's
two,
hard.
right?
I mean, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to choose. I
Yeah.
mean, looking at the standing, I'm looking at the standing right now. The Sky or the fourth seed in the East at
Yeah.
7-11. The Fever are eight or fifth at 8-13. So
Yeah.
I don't know how deep the playoffs go.
But both
I
teams are
mean, I mean,
fairly the same.
I mean, I don't, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't, I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's what I said. What I said was, I was like, it's like love and marriage because you can't have one without the other. Like they both, look, both teams are damn near the same, right? You said what,
Basically,
8-13, 7-11.
7-11,
Caitlin Clark is good at what she does in the WNBA, those deep
and
shots, the
that's
3 pointers. And Angel Reese is good at what she's always been good at, rebounding and down low in the paint. I mean, so I get it. I get that, bro. It's hard to pick between the both of them because they're both contributing to the WNBA with their best attributes and doing what they need to do out there. And it's hard to pick between them both. I get it, bro. I definitely get that. Can we say both? That's an option.
I don't know, but I tell you what, if it was both, I mean that's gonna be content that may bleed over into the NFL season. Like if they
Ooh.
do that,
Hmm.
man, that'll be crazy.
Yeah, it will
They
be.
can't do that. They can't do that.
Yeah, it would be. It'd be crazy. It'd be awesome though. I think it'd be a look. Between the both. uh,
I'm looking right now. The Fever went 13-27 last year. The
yeah.
Sky went 18-22.
Mm,
So reality, the Sky were better than the Fever last year. I mean, which is evident by draft picks. So I mean, depending on when it goes in, if how would I say 7-11, 8-13.
yeah.
So I'll do it like this. If
They
it's an
roughly
end of
got
the
about
season
8, 9
award,
more games left.
whichever,
Something
if
like
one of these rookies can help get the team over 500 or improve the win total from last year, then I'll go there because obviously that person would be the largest component to that. Even though it's obviously a team game,
Yeah.
but I think they would be the largest component of that. But
Right. Hey, that's fair, bro. Hey, look, bro, that's fair. What you just said was great right there. Leave that right there where you just said it because I think that's a fair way to evaluate both of these great talents that's in the WNBA right now. Because, like I said, they're both contributing and giving their best attributes to their team on the team. They're both doing what they need to do for the team. Caitlin Clark is providing that defense, the assists, the 3 point shooting for her Indiana Fever and helping win games bad away. And Angel Reese is doing the same thing, contributing with her rebounding, her defense, and her in the paint scoring. for her team, Chicago Sky, and it's helping them win games. And you know what? What's crazy is the Indiana think needs another 4 or 5 to help down low, and the Sky needs more shooting. Ain't that ironic? Ain't that you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy, So like, imagine one of them going over to the Sky. That'd have been pretty dope. But that was just real quick though. You know what I'm saying? Something that we could touch on before we get up into the topics or whatever. So shout out to I wanted to give a shout out to Coach Hayes. You the man, dog. Give a shout out to him, and I want to also shout out South Coast Kane in the building already. Where is Cuban Dumas at? Where he's at? I'm about to take that man wrench right now. Let me go play.
Let me see.
Out, cuz. Let me stop. Let me quit playing. He can't make it.
Total
You and him.
rebounds.
But Showbiz the adult, right? He had something to say about Ryan Garcia in this clip real quick, and I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to bring it up on the show because he just posted this earlier today. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it. Have you had a chance to check this out yet, Shad?
Nah, I don't. Yeah, with all due respect, I don't watch that, brother.
Oh, you don't watch the brother? Oh, okay.
I don't watch. I leave it at that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
And, I had checked him out a couple of times, but
I
it was
can't do
he said
it.
something about Garcia, he believed his belt should have been, and we already pretty much touched on this, but the WBC had dropped him. And let me actually, I gotta play. I gotta see. And now, look, I know I don't want to disrespect you, my guy, by playing this guy that you don't rock with or whatever, you don't watch or however that
No,
goes.
no, I don't. I don't. No, I
You
don't.
just don't
Like I
watch.
said, like I tell anybody, if
Hmm.
I don't know, I can't say I dislike a person without knowing your actual personality.
Okay,
So I can't say
right.
I dislike him because I don't know him
You don't watch.
personally.
Right,
Yeah, I
right.
just don't watch him.
Okay,
Yeah.
but he did have something that he said he spoke. He did not. I don't know how true it is or not, but he said he spoke to the WBC. And before I put my take on it, I
He spoke to the
wanted.
WBC.
That's what he said. That's what he
Oh
said.
my God.
That's what
Yeah,
he said.
yeah, I'm sure he did. But wait,
See,
what's up?
see,
What's up?
nah, see, I ain't gonna do it.
No, no, play it. I mean,
That what he
I,
said.
I mean, but you know what? He may have. I mean, he's what people have deemed to be um
Boxing guru or however you
no,
want
the
to.
king of the casual boxing fan. So
Um,
maybe they did. Maybe
um,
maybe they did give him an opportunity to talk.
he
So
has a huge, tremendous following, and it's hard
that's
not to
that's what I'm
believe that
saying.
he has not spoke to them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna play the clip, and then we can, whatever we want to do after. But
Is my take that Ryan Garcia is racist.
what?
Two, I spoke with the WBC yesterday. We had a pretty good conversation.
Oh my God.
I'm with the WBC on this. They have expelled Ryan Garcia. Three, I think Ryan Garcia is done. If he's not done, he should be. And this is what I mean.
All right, that's all I'm gonna play it at. All right, that's it. That's all I'm gonna play it at. So you caught that? He said Ryan Garcia. They expelled him, and that's what he says. That's what he says. I just wanted to play it before I gave a take or before I said anything. He said, "Oh no, truck it." Nope, I put you heard it. I didn't say nothing. I'm just giving my opinion on what someone who is, he should be highly sought after. I mean, when you have a channel and you have almost 400,000 subscribers and you have a huge following on X and all your social medias, I think that there's a huge responsibility to try to put out accurate, honest information. And if not, I mean, then look, y'all got to take that up with him. I'm just giving my opinion on this. Okay. All right. So y'all take that up with him. All right. But I mean, we pretty much already touched on, but now I'm hearing that that was his opinion in saying Ryan Garcia should be done or not, right? And that was also his opinion on coming out of the left field with the first thing he said. Now, the second thing was interesting to me. Right, the WBC expelled Ryan Garcia. when you say things like this, and I must say this, and I'm learning this, and I'm still a newborn out here and everything, and learning things as I go on every day. When you say things like that, you can't say you just spoke to the people, dog. Showbiz, you got to put out, you got to show some kind of paperwork, something, bro. You got to show the facts. If you spoke to these people, then you also got to pull out that paperwork, homie. You got to. That's like that's like going on this. That's like going on the streets and be like, homeboy, he telling on people. He telling he done did this and did that, and you ain't got no kind of discovery papers on the man or anything like that. Like that's dangerous to do out here, and I'm learning that. So, um, I don't. I feel you, bro. I feel you. You know what I mean. I definitely feel where you coming from, Shad. You know what I mean. And on you know now watching it, but I'm definitely learning that out here. You got to have that paperwork, homie. When you say stuff like that, they expelled him. All right, so now where's the paperwork at? Because you gotta have that. Gotta have the facts, and I didn't see the facts, so I don't know where to really go with that. But I was nonetheless interested. Like I said, I was interested when I heard that, and I was like, dang, I was like, is it? Something to bring up. I got to stir the pot up a little bit out here. You know how it is, and you ain't got to touch on it if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to throw a couple of little things in there before we really got going into our show today. And whatnot. So you ain't got to
No, I
touch.
mean, no. Mauricio Suleiman, he did come out and they did announce that
Okay.
they were severing ties to Ryan Garcia. So,
Okay.
and Mauricio Suleiman is the um, I don't know what the correct term of it is, but he's the person that's over the WBC. But I'll say this, man, and this is, and like I say, when we do sports, we talk sports. We brought this particular thing up, so obviously we have to take it to that particular point. So I want to
Okay.
address the first thing that he said. So he says that okay, well Ryan Garcia is racist, right?
Mm.
Obviously the tweet has went out there, what he said then, what he said about George Floyd and all this stuff like that, and I'm just like, bro, he said that, right? But
Yeah,
I'm not me personally. I'm not gonna say Ryan Garcia is racist.
I
I'm
agree.
not I'm not gonna say you racist.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna say this. That's how you feel.
Right.
Whatever incited you to send that particular tweet out,
Mm.
it is what it is.
Facts.
Because I look at racism more so actions. I
There
don't
you
care
go.
about what you say.
Yep.
So Showbiz the adult and the other band of characters, because I don't want to be disrespectful to them. I say
Right.
characters.
Okay.
Y'all went hard in the paint for Ryan Garcia.
So did. That's a
Y'all
fact.
are on y'all are on Twitter every single day. Every day. Every single day. There's content uploaded from y'all channels on
Hmm.
Twitter. And so a tweet comes out, and all of a sudden, y'all want to tuck tail and like, oh well, I mean, it's this, and this. It's like, no, bro. Stay over there because y'all are on Twitter every single day. So to pretend as if y'all probably didn't see this already, who are y'all playing with? This the internet. You mean to tell me you got, what did you say, Truck? And he got how close to how many subscribers or followers?
Four.
Close
I,
to
I know
close to
subscribers.
400.
400. Close to 400,000 subscribers.
So you got close to 400,000 subscribers. And you're
Hmm.
telling me no one out of that 400,000, because again, this fight happened last month. So let's just say it's been 2 to 3 weeks. So you mean to tell me that when y'all were going so hard in the paint, and this goes for showbiz, this goes for again all the other cast of characters, you mean to tell me in that time period, it just so happens that this week is when y'all found out that this tweet was sent out.
Mm-mm-mm.
This is when the Twitter space about what he said about George Floyd. This is when y'all just now find out about this. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, just say, look, because look, All black people don't feel the same way about George Floyd. Some black people feel the same way Ryan Garcia feel about George Floyd. But again, I'm not here to judge you. We're not on trial.
Right.
You may feel that way. You may look and say, look, the things that he did in his past is messed up how he left, but we're not gonna sit up here and pretend like you were just a model citizen, right? So I feel that way about you. I
Mhm.
hate that you went out that way, but all the statues being erected and all this and everything that transpired after that, it didn't call for it,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not calling Ryan Garcia racist. Cause what action has Ryan Garcia shown? What action has Ryan Garcia done?
Nothing. He has shown absolutely no sign that he has been racist. Not to me, anyhow. I mean, no.
What Trucker? What's the old term? What's the old phrase that we learned growing up? Sticks and stones may break my
Break my
bones, but
bones, but
words will
names
never
has
hurt
never
me.
hurt me.
Y'all ninjas is hurt. Y'all is hurt.
Yes, sir.
Over like it's like again, it's big time YouTuber I follow that does boxing, and he's on the kind of pro black thing. And again, it is what it
Mhm.
is, bro. I like to try to be level on both sides, and
Right.
that was in his title. Oh, right, Garcia said the word. I'm like, bro, what happened to words cannot hurt you? Again, what
That's
has Ryan Garcia done, actions wise,
mm-hmm.
that says that well you like this?
Not a
Come
thing.
on, come on, man.
I mean, not a thing. As far
Come
as I'm
on, man.
concerned, Ryan Garcia
Come
done
on.
more for black people than most of them have.
I mean, like I said,
You know,
again, everybody got an opinion, but I'm just like,
you know,
bro, y'all quick to throw the R word out there, my G.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
show me, like, when you throw it out there, show me some actions.
Mm-hmm.
Don't show me no words, because again, Ryan Garcia kicked back, and I kind of agree with it, like, because
Mm-hmm.
people are like, well, you put the ER at the end of it. Well, yeah, the ER it does sound a little, it does sound egregious, but
Yes.
again, the word has been taken into a term of endearment. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I like to say ninjas, because I don't really
Mm-hmm.
like using the word personally.
Me
I like it,
neither. I
but the
like
power
saying
of the
nugget.
word has been taken out of it, at least in conversation. But
Yeah.
individuals, ninjas, still want to crash out over it. It's like, bro, come on, man. It's 2024, man.
So you feel the same way I feel about that word. Like if you don't want people to use it, then you shouldn't use it. Why should we
But you
converse
know,
with each other and call each other that if we don't want somebody, you know what I mean? Like I mean, let's just be honest about it. Like why?
they play the semantics game. The
Yeah.
semantics games is, oh
Hmm.
well, it's a A. We took the ER off of it. My G, it don't matter.
You
It
right.
doesn't matter.
No, it
It's the
don't.
same. It's the same. It's the same word.
Yeah. Same thing,
It's
man.
it sounds rough. I mean, like when you hear it, because I was thinking about when we brought you brought this up. I'm thinking about the longest yard, right?
Yeah.
We all watch wrestling. Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of the favorite wrestlers. But then Steve Austin's in the
Longer.
library talking to Nelly.
Mm-hmm.
He knocking the books over. Steve Austin hit the ER. It's like, dang,
Now nobody likes Stone
that
Cold.
hurt.
No more.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that hurt. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Ooh, that hurt to hear
Mhm.
you say that. But it's like, my G, it's 2024, man. I mean, y'all gotta grow up, man.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Until
That's
that man go out there and commit a hate crime or target somebody, come on, bro. And then Mauricio Silverman, come on, bro. Let's keep it a beat. Like the whole Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor build up to that fight, it was based on that type of rhetoric. The black versus white. That was the whole rhetoric behind it.
they don't care.
Did
They
it? No, but listen, nobody said anything about, well, we're gonna stop doing business with Conor McGregor. Y'all literally wanted to turn this man into y'all wanted to put him in the rankings. Y'all were responsible for sanctioning the fight between him and Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-mm.
That fight was an official fight. That wasn't an exhibition. That literally went on Floyd Mayweather's record. And that whole build up to that fight. Again, that's what boxing has been. You got a movie called The Great White Hope. The movie boxing has always been we need the great white fighter versus the great black fighter. And what goes into that?
Mm.
You got to build up tension on both sides. So don't give me that, my G. Come on, don't give me that. Because if that's the case, then it's a lot of other fighters that should have been expelled. Come on, man, cut it out, man.
That's it. And that's it. And that's it. And that's all.
Man, cut it out, man.
Cut it out right there.
Like this is the sport that, like, literally, boxing is to the point where it's like you got Mexican fans, you got white fans, you got black fans. Is boxing is still segregated
That's crazy.
because it's an individual sport. Blacks gonna rock with the blacks, Mexican gonna rock with the Mexicans, Eastern Europeans gonna rock with their crew and all that stuff like that. And it is what it is.
A prison sport.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
What are we doing? Like, bro, you got 400, almost 400,000. You got to come on, bro. You gotta be
A little bit more
you gotta
responsible.
be you gotta be more responsible.
Yeah. Gotta be more
But
responsible.
but getting off that, but since just to get off the boxing topic, Shakur Stevens fights tonight.
Mm.
I can't pronounce the name of his opponent, but I did go look at BoxRec and I forgot that he was the opponent that just fought Frank Martin. That was his last fight.
Mm.
And to be honest, towards the back end of that fight, he was getting the best of Frank Martin. Now, obviously, Frank Martin was able to pull out unanimous decision in that particular
Yeah.
fight. He was aggressive with Frank Martin. Now, Frank Martin's defense isn't as good as Shakur Stevenson's is. Um, I got Shakur Stevenson pulling it out. Shakur Stevenson needs a good performance because his last performance against Edwin De Los Santos was nothing to write home about. He blamed it on he has injury and all this stuff. That's why he wasn't aggressive. So he's gonna have to engage tonight
Mm-hmm.
and show people that he's still one of the main guys at 135 pounds. But I do expect it to go to a decision. I thought some people were saying like Shakur said he predicting a knockout. And it's like,
Mm.
I mean, he does look
Mm.
a little bit more powerful at 135. I did see his debut fight at 135, and he had a little power with it. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's been a mixed bag. You had a really good fight at your debut, then your second one against Edward De Los Santos, who's a thumper.
Backing away
Um,
from him a lot.
he ran away.
Yeah.
So, and now you got
Mm-hmm.
a guy that's he gonna get in your kitchen. So you get to show off those pretty boxing moves that you got. So, but I got Shakur Stevenson, unanimous decision.
All right.
Uh,
All right. Okay. All right. I like Shakur too, though, man. So this picture, real quick, before we get up into the NBA free agency, man. What you think about this picture, man?
I can't.
Tyrese Maxey, Paul, PG 13. Well, he got one, and then Joel and B. Man, what you thinking of that, man?
I
What
can't.
you thinking of
When I
that?
see this picture, when I see that picture, I can't get out of my mind the joke that somebody made about it.
Uh-huh.
Because obviously I'm not in the medical field, so I don't know what the name of a person that specializes in, like, knee surgeries and knee stuff like that. But it was like, yeah, these people are excited that Paul George is here because you got him, man. Joel Embiid talking about to run the bag up. So that's what I think about.
Okay.
Lower extremities. Pause.
Yeah, man. If they can stay, if that team is healthy, man, it could work out. It could work out. It could work
Yeah,
out
it can.
if they're
I
healthy.
mean, because
But I
because
mean, he
looking
didn't
at
miss
it,
a lot though. He didn't miss a lot last year.
nah, he didn't.
He didn't miss too much last year. I mean, we like to, because of him and Kawhi playing together, because we know Kawhi misses that a whole. He only played 40 games a year for some, and I'm over exaggerating, but it's
You
um,
might not be. It might be 40. It might be
it
40.
dang sure seemed like it, don't it, bro? And Paul George, he didn't miss that many games last year. I think it would play 60. Fact check me, 60 something like that last year, and that may work if him and Embiid is on the floor, man. I think they cheat the fans when they not on the floor as much, man. I know it's more, and they give a lot for the game, but there's a lot that goes into a fan when they're trying to make these games and they just then cheating on it. That's not cool. You know what I mean? When I go to a Sixers game, now I'm going to be looking forward to seeing PG, Joel Embiid, and Maxi on the floor at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting to see one of those guys out of the game, and people save up for that kind of stuff, man. People get, there's a lot that go into that. Like just like the professional athlete puts a lot into making the games, making sure his body is healthy for those games. You can argue that a fan has to go through so much in order to make that game. You know what I mean? How much they have to save for that game. Inflation is out the window right now. Groceries is a lot. You know what I'm saying? Some people might be a gallon of milk short and some eggs and some bread short just to go ahead to the game, and that's a lot. Don't you know what I mean? That's not no slight, but there's a lot that go into that, especially if you one of the guys like us got kids, babysitters, all kind of stuff that go into making those games, man. I know, I went to a Monday night game and it was so similar, bro. We had to do so much before we left. It was crazy. You would have thought we was about to travel or something. You know what I'm saying? It was deep, bro.
But though, kind of just on that particular topic right there,
Mm-hmm.
there have been shows that I watched, and that's one of the concerns that they have because they're asking a question like, are professional teams, are they pricing out the average fan? And I'm not I'm not gonna say the teams are pricing out the average fan. I
Yeah.
think just the fact that players are being paid so much more that you have to compensate that by raising prices, right?
Yeah.
So I do think, because like people say, like like the Super Bowl right now. It's like average fan can't go watch the Super Bowl, man.
Nah. Not even in the nosebleeds.
No, I mean, it's a wrap. And then the thing about it, you would think that since they're moving to another game, like they're gonna add another game to the schedule,
Mhm.
you would think that okay, well maybe the prices would kind of go down a little bit, but that's not gonna happen.
Mm.
They're gonna go up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
so
And
so
now,
so
and bro, and now they playing with our cable, bro. Now they playing with the games, bro. Remember, we could be able to just get, first it was the Direct TV NFL Sunday package. You get that, you was straight. You had all the games. You know what I mean? It was that. Then the prices changed on that, and then it was,
well, we were talking about that. The lawsuit. People about to get paid behind
yeah,
it.
yeah, they yeah. And we're gonna touch on that later. We're gonna touch on that later for sure. We're gonna keep that in mind. So keep that topic up. Somebody out there in the chat or somebody watching, y'all definitely bring that up so y'all can give us a quick reminder up on that. But I'm gonna write that down though for sure though. So I make sure that we bring that back up because that's definitely something we're gonna touch on before we get on up out of here, man. Because that's deep, man. They doing us in with these prices and everything, man. We're gonna talk about that before we get on up out of here. But I don't know if y'all can see that chart. I'm trying to get that. It's just of a quick chart of the NBA free agents who have been signed recently. And it is very recent. And it has Paul George on here too. You see where the team from the Clippers to the 76ers. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'll try to get it pulled up. Tell me when you good, bro, when you can see it on your screen. Tell me when it stopped.
Oh no, I just wrote a couple names down, so I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, so you good. Okay. I just
Yeah,
wanted to make sure that the
yeah.
viewers can see too, because we got OG Ananobi over here. He, the Knicks just re-signed him. And I kind of wanted to touch on the Knicks a little bit. They just re-signed him. They got him locked in. The New York Knicks. And I know y'all like, why the Knicks? Why the Knicks? I mean, look, they're the first team up on here, first team on a lot of things. And I wanted to see what was going on with the Knicks. So let me get this tab shared. Can you see that tab right there? The Knicks roster. Can you see that?
Yeah, yeah,
All right, so
yeah.
y'all good. Y'all could see that. Okay. So it got, Dante I'm so bad with last names. Jacob Toppin, Dwayne Washington. These guys were just signed. Yeah, well, Dwayne Washington Jr. was signed in February, but Jacob Toppin was signed just, Dang, I don't even know. They got 7-6 on there. That's crazy. 7-8. So they're signing them the guys now, rookies. All right, obviously. This looking at this Knicks roster, and it's on paper, and I know games ain't win on paper, whatever. You know what I'm saying, however you want to put it. But basketball is a different game than football. You know what I mean? You can look at a basketball roster and or they get into pieces. I just simply want to say and simply want to ask, or these, do you think, in your opinion, do you think that the New York Knicks are getting the pieces that they need to push themselves deeper into the playoffs?
Man, you know the Knicks are like the the Knicks are like the Knicks are like the Cowboys. You know, like everything is done to try to make them relevant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the Knicks need. I mean, you're in the market. Um, it's kind of like what route are the Knicks trying to go? Like I
So
said, I'm not as well versed in the NBA as most people, but
okay.
the little information I do have is that the Knicks have always been one of those teams that's trying to be in play for big time free agents, and they've got burned. They got burned by the likes of, Kevin Durant that year. They've been LeBron James sweepstakes a couple of times. So it's like you are not the destination for free agents. Like the only one big time free agent that of recent memory, right? We gotta say that
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be a Nick was Carmelo.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that wanted to be a Nick. But they've had pieces. You know what I mean? This is not the '90s Knicks. When you had um those teams that they had back, back in the late '90s, early 2000s. Those particular Knick teams that were pretty good. So it's kind of like they got to figure out what do they want to do. Do y'all want to be a team that builds through the draft, or do y'all want to be a team that plays the free agent game? And I think they're at a conflict right now. Like which way they want to go. But again, people around New York that I've heard, they absolutely hate the owner,
Mm.
right? So they feel like ownership is one of the things that's holding the team back. But like I said, you got to figure out what you're trying to do. Are you trying to be like the
Yeah.
Celtics and build through the draft, or are you trying to be like the Lakers?
I don't.
And it's like you go get a guy like a RJ Barrett who, at the time, big time player at the University of Duke. Obviously, you go get Julius Randle, from the Lakers. Again, another good particular piece. And they, again, like I said, they've had guys. But it's like, for whatever reason, it's like they don't know which game they want to play. Do they want to play the
Mhm.
draft game, or do they want to play the free agent game? Which at this particular point in time, to me, I think y'all do need to try to play the draft game, but the draft
Mhm.
is the draft is watered down. So it's like
Right.
y'all kind of
What are you
missed that
getting out of it?
window. Yeah,
Right.
and it's like, and then like you're not being able to get the big time free agents to want to come to be a Nick, because it really doesn't mean anything, especially when you got the
Which is
quote
shocking.
unquote two most successful franchises. It's like y'all are not even the most successful franchise in the NFL. Like y'all are behind the Celtics and the Lakers.
And which is shocking because you hear a lot of NBA players talk about how spectacular it is to play at the Garden and them wanting to be playing at the Garden. It is. It's crazy. And I
But
thought,
how much of that? But how much of that? And I'm sounding like a down souther right now.
yeah.
I'm sounding like from somebody from the south,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, go
When I
ahead.
say this, it's like, bro, like y'all, like New Yorkers, y'all are infatuated with talking about how special the Garden is. Like
Yeah.
it's not like it seems like every year a dog walks into the Garden. Oh my gosh, this is the most points that's been scored in the Garden. It's like y'all not even protecting the Garden. Like like
Ooh.
Jokers come to the Garden in his open run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
Like it's
mean,
open
look.
run when dudes come to the garden.
They look, and it's crazy because you got a point there, and I feel like a lot of New Yorkers feel that way. A lot of guys from New York, they feel that way. What you just said, a real true, I believe a real true New York Knicks fan would probably agree with you 100%. Like, nah, they not defending the Garden the way that they want them to, the way that New York is built, the way that the toughness is around her. No, they don't, and it don't. And I think a lot of our
They
states and cities we want our teams, professional teams, to resemble the way that we are in that area, and you know the
they
Knicks.
say they
I'm
the, they
I'm
say they
gonna
the
say this.
Mecca. they the mecca in basketball. So
You
that what
know,
makes it even worse.
right. And I think Hardison had a decent playoffs. I don't think that they addressed what they needed. Correction, y'all out there. They did not. This was old picks. Okay, I just wanted to let y'all know this is from 2023 at the top of the sheet. Those are old. That's correction. Correcting myself. 2023, and they're not addressing what they need. They need depth at the big position. That hurt the Knicks in the playoffs. Brunson was able to do what he needed to do. As much as he could do, without having another guard actually step up the way that he needed that to happen. Injuries just ramsacked. It hurt the Knicks. It did. Injuries hurt the Knicks, and when it came to depth at big, they just didn't have it. And I mean, that was clear. That's a clear cut sign that they just did not have the depth at the big position, and nor did they try to go out and address it. And like you said, great point, bro. Like, what are you getting out of the draft anyhow? I mean, we really never really know, you know what I mean? Who's going to translate over to the NBA from college ball anyhow? We really don't know that, for sure. Um, you take a chance with any of these guys. That's why they call it the lottery. You know what I mean? You pick your number, play your number, and you hope it hit. I
Yeah,
mean, let's just
facts,
call it right. You know what I
facts,
mean? And
facts.
that's just the way it's looking at right now. And we really don't know, but they definitely need that depth in a big position. Now, is there any other team that you really wanted to touch on here? You want to talk about because we touched on the 76ers real quick. We touched on the Knicks. We hit the Lakers last week. Another team that was right there on the cusp that a lot of people really didn't give too much love to. I don't know if they did or not, but I wanted to touch on them today, and that's the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings, and then we'll go to the champions. Sacramento Kings roster and what they grabbed up, and if they grabbed up any guys, and what do you think they're going to do? Now, this is just their roster, period. Okay, it's not something that they went out and did or anything, but the way that the Kings, the couple of clips that I've seen with them, the Kings and everything in the playoff, I think they were right there, man. They were so close, man, so close to pushing the next level, getting to that next level. I'm not sure. I'm gonna be keep it real. I'm not sure what they need to get them over the hump, but I wanted to see I want to see what you had to say about the Kings and in particular, or whoever you wanted to talk about. I just
You
want to
know
talk
the
about the Kings.
I mean, the Kings are one of those, younger teams that have made a run. Now the
Yeah.
thing about it is they have a good coach. I'm gonna say this, but I'm so happy for Mike Brown that he was able to bounce back because
Hmm.
and this is not a LeBron James slander, talking point. But a lot of those guys that coach LeBron and they don't make it, like you don't hear from them anymore. Like we don't hear from David Blatt. We're not gonna hear from Darvin Ham most likely anymore. So for Mike Brown to get back and be able to cultivate a team, a young team and things like that. So I'm happy. I'm happy for Mike Brown that he was able to bounce back. But I do think the Kings are going to be a good team.
Hmm.
Next year the West is open because you got Golden State. They've gone down, and it's interesting because I think for the first time probably since what the 80s,
Hmm.
the East may actually be stronger than the West.
Mm.
I mean, am I off? Like, don't we have to go back to like the 80s? The Pistons, the Knicks, the Bulls, like that's when like the East was strong. Like, and right now, like the West is. I mean, you got Denver returning. Dallas is still gonna be formidable, but as of right now, like that stronghold that the West had, like that stranglehold the West had on the NBA, like
Hmm.
I don't see that stranglehold there moving forward. I think the East is, getting loaded, and I think it does open the door for a team like the Sacramento Kings to, to improve.
Yeah. Yeah, because they young and they dangerous. So talk about these Mavs real quick. I mean, we touched on them before, but they just picked up one of the Splash Brothers and Klay Thompson and all that out of NBA free agency, man. I like that pick from them, man. I like that pick because Kyrie did not show up in the playoffs as much as I thought he was. And that's on me because I hyped him up here on the channel and I
You
said
did. You
that he
did.
was going to show out and I thought he was going to turn into something different. So
You
he
did.
didn't. He didn't. So and they
You
they
said
needed
that.
a guard play. They needed some strong guard play, whether it was from point guard or whether it was from shooting guard. They needed somebody to make some knockdown shots. Now, as much as everybody said Clay may not have, I think Clay still has something in the tank. I think he's one of the greatest shooters, man, right now, man. I mean, we can't knock and say it was the Splash Brothers. It wasn't just one, it was two. It was Clay Thompson and it was Steph Curry.
Most
Them
definitely.
two were knocking ish down. Period. Point blank. Those two was going in, and Clay Thompson, I believe he still got some in the tank. I don't know what he may be going through off the court, but I think he's going to come in with a chip on his shoulder and he's going to have something to prove. I mean, look, and I like the pick. They spaced the floor out a little bit. And all he got, he's that team is set up right for what Clay can do right. And I think that was one of the teams. I obviously thought the Lakers might get Clay. I think that would have been another good potential landing spot for Clay Thompson and the way that he plays, the setup shooter, the setup 3-point shooter. And he could do the same thing over there with the Mavericks. And I think it may even be open even more. I mean, because what Luka's gonna draw 2-3 guys. You're gonna and when he drives, Kyrie wasn't able to capitalize on a mismatch or with the one-on-ones as much as I thought he was, and especially when it came to championship basketball. But I think you can't affect somebody like Klay Thompson with that. I mean, he's a face ace when it comes to being you can be in his face, hand up, whatever. I hope he has a bounce back season. And I'm saying this because I believe in what Klay Thompson can do. And I think he still got some gas in the tank. This is what I'm saying that based off of, but also just with his skill set and with the team and the way that the team's game plan is, the way that they run the floor. And he's definitely set up for that. So what you thinking about that?
I mean, like you said, I mean that was one of the things that you know we talked about last week about Clay.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't not necessarily has, and he does. And the thing about it, he doesn't have to go to Dallas to be a starter.
Right.
He can be a
Ooh,
bench player. Come off the bench,
I like that.
be in that that fourth quarter. Hey, we trying to put the game away, line up. Something like that. So I think that's a good spot for him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got, like I say, Luca's gonna facilitate. What he needs to facilitate. So I do think that's a good spot for him to to go to. So
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about Tobias Harris going over to
The
Detroit,
Pistons.
the
Yes.
Pistons. Tobias Harris going to the Pistons.
Hey man, Tim Hardaway Jr. went over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Detroit didn't win but like 14 games this year.
Yeah, they were trash. But I mean, but this we talking about Tobias and with defense. I like defensive guys, man. I think Tobias got a little D. I get excited about that little D. And plus, I believe
Yo, pause, my G. Hold up,
defense.
bro.
Um,
You said you get excited about
no
that little
diddly.
D.
Hey, I ain't no diddler.
Yo,
No
bro,
diddly.
you
No
gotta,
diddly.
you gotta chill.
Yeah, you funny, guys. You funny, bro. You funny. You didn't leave me alone, bro. I ain't no diddy, no diddy. Hold on, let me.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna let you cook though. Nah, I'm gonna let you cook though. That's crazy though.
No diddly, no diddlers, no diddy, but no diddy. Um, dang, that came out like, hey. But look, anyhow,
Bro.
look, I like defensive players, man. I like defensive
Yeah.
players. On the basketball court, man. Tobias Harris provides that a little bit over there. Plus, my young guy, he gonna go off. he gonna go off. Help me with his name here, Shad. Come on, man. You know
Who Cade?
yeah. Come on, man.
Cade Cunningham? Okay, yeah,
K
yeah,
K
yeah.
Cunningham is the truth, man. I think. Look, he was in my top five point guards when we had our top
I
five.
remember
When
that.
we named our top five point guards, that was just he's in my top. I think you had him in there too, if I'm not mistaken. Then did you have K? I don't know.
Nah,
Was he one of
nah,
them names that we both had out? I can't remember. It was a
nah.
while back, but y'all should go check out that episode. Go through the archives. We had a top NBA top five point guards, and K Cunningham, man, he he scores and he plays defense. And I think that's what they're trying to build. Obviously, you got to build defense. I mean, you losing too many games. I mean,
Four,
you
he
got to
played with
play some
14
kind of
games.
defense on the floor. Um, and I like the pick going. I like those guys going over there. Tim Hardaway trying to help out a little bit, space the floor. And Tobias Harris, he may be going on the back half of his career, maybe, but just still nothing. It's not nothing to take slight there with him going over to Detroit. I think he helps him get a couple more games, but I still think that Detroit is in rebuild mode. They're still at the ground level. I think they're putting more bricks up there. They maybe even have a shell of a house right now, but they don't have no drywall. They have no rooms. They have no floor plan right now. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. But they're getting there. Detroit is getting there, and it takes time to build. It's not an overnight thing. But Cade Cunningham is just going to keep getting better and better. And who knows what other moves they may make. I think they need to make some more moves, but they're not in no hurry. And I like that about Detroit. I like that about the Pistons and what they're doing over there. In no hurry, and the fans is cool with the way that things is going. I haven't, but I'm not a huge basketball guy neither, so I'm not really into seeing what the NBA fans are saying about the Pistons. But it seems like the fans are like they know how this is going. They know this where this can go. They know that it takes time to build. They're okay with that. That doesn't mean that they're settling for mediocrity over there, because they're not. They're like, okay, we know this. It takes time to build a great thing, and when it happens, they're they're gonna have something. But right now, I just think they're just trying to patch some holes. That's all right now with grabbing a guy like Tobias Harris and Tim Hardaway. Just right now, trying to see what they need moving forward in the future. Because, like I said, with the lottery, NBA lottery, it is nowadays. You playing a number, but you don't know if it's gonna hit. So, well, and what you thinking about the Pistons though, man?
I mean, they got new management. I mean, they fired Monday.
Hmm.
After
Hmm.
giving him just an enormous contract. Got a new GM. Who people I think people think highly of him.
Hmm.
So he's in making moves right now. And the thing about it is Detroit is one of those cities that they're a sports town, right? They're a
Yeah,
sports town. They love
yeah,
sports. So I mean you just gotta think about it, man, from a historical standpoint, because the Pistons, they have titles, right? Not every They're one of the few NBA teams that has more than one title, more than two
yes,
titles. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So it's not like they are one of those kind of what they call it fly by night type of deals. They have
Hmm.
a deep, rich history, and I'm sure that a person that's a diehard Pistons fan, like they have not been happy, because like that was a meteoric rise and then a meteoric fall, after the block. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So, you know what I mean? So, well, the original block. You know what I'm saying? So, things have changed. So, but those are the good moves. Tobias Harris,
I thought
with
so.
I had his numbers. Gave him 17 points last year. Tim Hardaway 14. So, I mean, and that's what they. And like I said, I listened to a show
Hmm.
out of Detroit. They covered the Pistons. That was one of the main things that they said that they needed. They needed more scoring on the court because they had too many guys that they couldn't score. You know what I mean?
Right,
And it's good to
right.
build around Cade Cunningham. I think they got a nice from what I heard, they went and got a young athlete of sorts, with their with their first round draft pick. So I mean, maybe they are moving in the right direction. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
like I say, eh, the East is deep. The East
Yeah,
is deep.
man.
So they, I
They
mean,
still got some
yeah,
time to get there, man. They still
yeah,
got some time to get there. Detroit still got some time to get there.
yeah.
Yes,
So
they do. Yes, they do, man. You know, do you think that the before we get on up out of here, is there any other team that you wanted to touch on, or
well, yeah,
any
I
other
mean,
free agent
well,
signings?
I had wrote
How
down
about
like
Chris
what.
Paul to the Spurs? We got to talk about the Spurs because that's South Coast. That's our man South Coast team. So we got to talk about the Spurs. We got to, yeah, and let's try to be fair.
I mean,
Let's be
a-
fair.
at this at this point, like I don't think Chris Paul is the Chris Paul that went to OKC right now. Because
Yeah,
Chris Paul when he went to OKC, it's like, oh well, Chris Paul is over with. Then next thing you know, OKC is in the playoffs.
yeah.
But with going to Golden State, they're like Chris Paul is kind of transitioning to that point of like, okay, we're looking for you because of your basketball intellect, right? More so than your actual play on the court. And I think obviously his last ride was um who did he play for before he played for the Warriors? Who
The
was he
Warriors.
with?
Man,
Who was he
CP,
with?
man. CP. Oh boy, that's a good question. Cause CP been everywhere, dog.
That's
CP
why I'm
been
saying that. I know it wasn't the Clippers because I know when he was with the Clippers. What I'm saying, I'm trying to figure out who was he with before he went to the Warriors.
Houston. When he went Houston.
I think he may have went over there. In any particular regard, I think that was the last. I think that was the no. That's what he was with. He was with the Suns. He was with
Okay.
Phoenix. He was with Phoenix. That's what it was, right?
Okay.
So, I don't know. Like I said, I think that was his last ride. I think, you know, maybe he could go down there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this was like 3. I ain't gonna say 4 or 5. Maybe this was 3 years ago. I would think this would be a huge move because obviously now you got an actual point guard, and now you can kind of use Wembanyama in some different ways.
Hey, he's
But
special.
I just don't see Chris Paul based on what transpired with the Warriors. I don't necessarily think that we're gonna see Chris Paul, playing 30, 28, 30 some odd minutes a night, being the point
Mm-hmm.
guard that the point guard as he calls himself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think we're gonna see that. But on paper it looks good.
Yeah. That's one of the moves like that on paper. On paper, it looks good. But look, I must say this about the Spurs. The Spurs have a great head coach, the historic Hall of Fame head coach, Greg Popovich, right? CP going down there with Greg Pop. And what you said, that was a good point. I mean, his basketball intellect with Chris Paul down there with Greg Pop. Could CP be thinking about moving on the coaching? A lot of people they get to talking about his attitude and whatever else and who he can play with.
Yeah.
You hear that a lot, right? You know what I mean? How is his attitude going to affect the Spurs? I don't think it's going to affect too much. I think Greg Pop. Look, I know this is a reach. This is a reach. I'm just being honest, but he coming off the bench down there for him may not be a bad option. It may not be a bad option coming off the bench for CP down there in San Antonio. Now I don't know if they're gonna do that or not because they gave him 1 year, 11 million, but I think that's the lowest that you can pay him right now for how many years he's been in the league because he's gonna get his pension and all that, and he's a NBA veteran over the maximum years or whatever that it is, the threshold that holds, or however that goes. But Wimbiana is special, man. He's
Yeah.
special. You hear me? That guy is just special. He's he like a KD on steroids, bro. He about to be going off. He when he get his stride, watch out. I don't even we about to see what's going on once what this year and how he reacts to the NBA this year. You know, it's his second year in. He been around. He know the speed of the guys. He know what to expect out of some of these players. their weaknesses. He's learned their weaknesses and their strengths and everything. Because if you notice with his game, and I'm not much of a basketball guy, but I have picked up on this, right? You know, the first time he played, guys, it was like okay, but he still was doing putting up points. The second time he did it again with just like that, just no, with no like no effort put towards it, did it again. So this next year he is going to be a force that the NBA it just can't deal with, bro. They like who who's going to guard him? Like I like now I know we probably said I said that about Zach Edey, but I really mean that about Victor Wembanyama. Who is going to guard this man? Nobody. Nobody can. I think 76ers, not the 76ers, but the 49ers slogan for Wembyana. Nobody can. Nobody can guard this man. And he is special. So, but having CP down there, I think that, in my opinion, he should come off the bench. I don't know if Pop is going to do that, but Greg Popovich, I don't think is going to give him just a easy ride, so to speak, down there. But I don't know. We expect that's what we expect out of Greg Pop, right? We expect Greg to Popovich to be on CP, and get the best out of his players and put them in the best predicament to win. And I think coming off the bench for him, providing, like you said, some of that mentorship to a young point guard down there and getting him ready for Wembyana and CP is going to know how to use them. People even picked on him throwing lobs to Wembyana. So what? You still ain't gonna be able to stop it. If it's working, why not do it? That's like when when you plan, like didn't you say this to me? I think you said this to me, right? One time. I don't know if you said it, somebody. When you playing a video game with somebody and you just keep hitting them with that same move and they get mad at you, but you beating everybody in the room with it. It don't even matter. You just
Don't
hitting them
even
with the
matter.
same move, but you keep
Same
winning.
move.
So
Yeah,
who wins? Who
yeah,
cares?
yeah.
Who
Nobody.
cares?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same move, but can you stop it? And I think that's just one of those things that may happen with Wimbiana. But I really like that guy, man. I'm a huge fan of Wimbiana for real. Like I like him. My kids love him. Everybody, good guy so far. I could tell. I can't see nothing but San Antonio got him one. I don't know who's gonna stop that guy, but CP going down there, I guess it is what it is. He's in his latter years of his career. He get to play with a NBA legend. That's just another something else to write on the resume. All right. Anybody else that you want to touch on from the NBA free agency, bro? Because I know you just got so many names down. There's so many up here. I'm just scrolling past guys, but I mean, there's
No,
so
I
many
was
guys.
no, I mean from a team perspective, it was
Hmm.
interesting to see that the Celtics are they're staying
Mm.
intact. They didn't lose anybody, they didn't have any departures, they didn't pick anybody up. So they running it back.
They
You know what I
running it
mean?
back.
But they got that monkey out there back, and again, we know they have a nice roster, So I
Yeah.
think and that's big. You know what I'm saying? That's big because similar
Hmm.
to the NFL, once you win that chip, you have guys that are like, okay, well, let me go out here and let me go out here and test the market. Let me see, what my value is and
Hmm.
what I can go out there and get. So seeing that the Celtics pick nobody up at this particular juncture and haven't lost anybody, and obviously just signed Jason Tatum to a massive deal, they're going all in. You know what I mean?
Man,
So
really
they
are.
they but again, like I say, the East is deep. You know what I mean? Like I say, the Sixers. I mean, and two of the guys that we didn't mention when we talked about the 76ers, they picked up Andrew Drummond and they
Hmm.
went and got Eric Gordon.
Yeah, they
And
did.
so we know
They
Drummond
did.
is a
Hmm.
rebounding maniac. You know what I mean? So like I
Hmm.
said, the East is gonna be very interesting this particular year, and I think the East,
Because
at
that's
least
where
for
the
the
champs
next,
come from.
yeah, I think the East, at least for the next, because the Western guys, they're older now. Hey,
Yeah.
LeBron's older, AD's older, Clay, Steph, KD. You know
The
what I mean? Like the East
the
has
T
the
Wolves ain't though. The T Wolves is pretty.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wolves, they right.
But you know what? That's crazy because when you say that, I'm thinking about Karl Anthony Towns, but Karl Anthony Towns ain't that old. It's just that he's been in the league so long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And bro,
Which is dangerous because he got all that experience. Well, he was young when he came up. But yeah,
Karl Anthony Towns will be better than what he is, man.
yeah, he is. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, he should. He should be. I thought he was gonna be a lot more dominant than what he is in the
But
game. But
but
he
but
go
no, not
ahead.
to cut you off, but they go back to what
Yeah.
we were talking about when we were talking about the Kings, about how the West is open. So you brought the
Mhm.
T Wolves, you got the Kings. You know what I'm saying? So we got you got the younger teams still, like I say, you still got the Nuggets there, but like
Yeah.
it's not clear cut like it was.
Can't leave joking.
Let's just say 4 years ago. 4 years ago, it was like, oh well, we know this belongs to the Lakers and the Warriors. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like that. And especially when KD was with the Warriors, like, oh well, we already know who coming out the West. It don't even matter anymore. You know what
Because
I'm
when you
saying? But it's not
mhm,
like that anymore.
it's
You know what I
not.
mean? So
Hmm.
The West got the older guys now. You know,
Gotta
yeah,
solidify themselves again.
yeah. In the East got the youngsters, the go getters. They, the talent is going back over there. And somebody may disagree, but I do think the East is going to be the stronger side of the NBA. At least for the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay. Okay. Joe Ingles went over to the Minnesota Timberwolves from Orlando from
Okay.
the Magic. Now that may not be a splash pickup for a lot of people, but being that small forward, you know what I mean, that may not be like something that's sexy to a lot of people. But look, they need some depth over there. I they Karl Anthony Towns, man. He probably I thought he would be a lot more dominant, but I think he did what he was
Bro.
supposed to do, man. I
Man.
I was upset. That hurt. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That got to me a little bit. Them not pushing it as far as they did, and they took out Denver. When they took out Denver, it was like, oh, it was almost clear cut dry. Like, oh, the Timberwolves coming out of the West. They done took out Joker in them. I would have liked to see the Nuggets and the Celtics run it back for all of what happened in the West this year, because that was just a horrible finals. I mean, it was like, no calm. Like, can we get some good games? But I think for real though, I think when you say the West is wide open, I disagree. And the only reason why I will say that is because you got to go through Denver in the West. Denver is the West. Denver. So when you speak on the West, I will say Denver, Yoke in them until you can beat Yoke in them, because they'll
Yeah.
probably be back there next year. You got it.
Yeah.
They are the test to come out of the West. Period. Denver is. So Denver
Yeah.
is the West to me. When you speaking out in basketball. So if you can go get through Denver, then you have a chance of winning a title. Okay. IMAX
I'm a,
said, my Heat
I'm
haven't done much, but I like what they done provided. And let me get that pulled up there. Go ahead. I'll let you take that question from IMAX.
They said my haven't done much, but I like what they done. Provided Rozier is and stays healthy as well as the rest of the team staying healthy, but Tyler Hero might need to elsewhere. Bro, you know what's so crazy about that? Like when Tyler Hero came on the scene, because they was doing a bubble, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, bro, he got him one, and it's like how
He
the
couldn't.
events
Yeah.
have changed. Where it's like, bro, Tyler Hero's got like a liability now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like I said, the Heat, another team in the East that, hey, they'll go to the second or third. They'll go to the second round of playoffs with you, and if you ain't looking, the Joker's wind up in the finals. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what I said. But they just, I mean, again, like I say, it just strengthened. You know what I'm saying? It just strengthens some things. Um, but I'm gonna say this, bro. You brought up the Nuggets, bro, and like
Mm-hmm.
I said, I don't watch as much NBA basketball as I used to.
Right.
But the Nuggets game that I did watch, and I'm sitting up here watching the game, and I'm like, bro, and I had to stop myself because I'm like, well, bro, this is how they play all year. You know what I'm saying? It looks out of sync because you got Michael Porter, who's 6'10", 6'9", 6'10". You got
Mm-hmm.
um Aaron Gordon, 6'9", 6'10". It's like, bro, why y'all lined up on the perimeter taking all these jump shots? Like y'all are 6'9", 6'10". Like y'all have no post game.
Get in the paint. Right.
Y'all have no put the ball on the floor and get to the basket, but I'm like, but I have to remember, like, bro, hey, this is how they made it this far. Like, this is how they play.
Yeah,
But it's like when I'm looking at it because I'm not used to it, I'm like, bro, this is so out of whack. Like, bro, y'all are 6'9", 6'10". Y'all are supposed to be killing
that's cut.
people.
That's
Well,
because they
I don't
go
think I can say that on there. Y'all need to be unaliving people. You know what I'm saying? But bro,
for real, bro. You
but
right,
that's why.
bro.
But I'm just saying that again. That's prime example why I cannot watch basketball.
Man, because
Y'all are
Jokic, man,
six
he take two
nine.
steps from the 3-point line and he already be in the paint about to dunk. Literally. 1, 2. He be
Y'all
he
are
be
six
right.
nine, 6'10", and y'all are perimeter players. Like
I
bro,
think,
like what era of basketball are we in? Y'all are
man,
6'9", 6'10", and cannot post up.
I know. Murray, they were saying Murray provides the pressure. He drives a lot. Jamal drives enough. And that's what they were saying too. They need to do that. But you remember, like you said, they got that way that far. Jokic, when he get the driving and putting the pressure on him, you gotta drop 2, 3 guys on him almost automatically. 2, 3 gotta go around him. And when he kick out, usually one of those guys are for sure hit from out there. Somebody's always on that Nuggets team. Somebody is always on. You don't know. That's the crazy part about Denver. I don't know if y'all disagree or agree with this out there, but the crazy thing about the Denver Nuggets is that you don't know who's going to be on that game. We know that Joker going to get his. We know for sure Joker going to get his. You don't know who else is going to be. Is it going to be Murray? Is it going to be Porter? You know what I mean? You don't know who's that other person that's gonna step up that night to get those points. But they seem like they just rotate to get who's stepping up with Jokic, who's gonna step up, and they just got to be more consistent. But once they get that down, like I still think that it goes through them. It goes through
Yeah,
them, man. I
yeah,
still believe that though. I still
yeah.
believe it goes through them. But when Biana, he gonna give Joke. He is um he Batman. If you got your Joker out there, he got to be Batman in the black belt. He Batman. No, for real, he is, bro. Went beyond the Batman. I'm telling you, he's going to be Batman. They going like because he's quicker. He could dribble. I mean, I ain't saying that Joker can't dribble. He get a little bit bigger, man. He could do everything, man. Everything. Any move, and for him to be so big, like he's agile and he's not brittle, like he's not, and I don't know. It's he gonna be a problem, man. And it's a shame that I can't say that for the Lakers, but it's cool because they is getting older, and Anthony Davis just can't stay healthy, man. He
I mean,
cannot stay healthy for the West
he
Ham.
got a ring. So I mean, he got a ring. So
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
got one.
at this
I guess
point,
he got one,
I mean, you
but
just playing. You just doing it for you doing it for the bread now.
to me though, to me, it seemed like Anthony Davis was just so much better in New Orleans, man. And that's just to me. And maybe I could be wrong, and
I,
maybe I could be wrong.
I
But
don't
when
know,
I used to
man.
watch him with the Pelicans, man, he was going like it was just I don't know. It was different. It was just different. Like he was just unstoppable. It looked like on the court. But moving on, y'all, we're gonna move on to the next topic. That was a great conversation, by the way. There, great convo there. So we got the new NFL kickoff rule. I don't know if this is a video or not that we could play on it. I ain't gonna try to play it, but I'll just speak on it because this is straight off the NFL.com, the football operations/operations. So this is official. The competition committee has passed for 1 year changes to the kickoff play. The ball is kicked from the 35-yard line, same as the current rule. Safety kicks would be from the 20-yard line, same as the current rule. The alignment, all kicking team players other than the kicker will line up with 1 foot on the receiving team's 40-yard line. The kicker cannot cross the 50-yard line until the ball touches the ground or the player in the landing zone or end zone. Okay. So pretty much to the ball hits the ground or the player catches it. The player catch the ball or whatever. All right. Can't go no more. The 10 kicking team players. Now, this is besides the kicker, obviously. I just wanted to make sure people clear on that. Any casuals that's out there watching Oh my God, getting a call. Hold on. Right in the middle of a show too. That's horrible. Give me a second. All right. The 10 kicking team players cannot move until the ball hits the ground or player in the landing zone. The receiving team will line up as follows: set up zone, a 5 yard area from the 35 to the 30-yard line, where at least 9 receiving team players must line up. At least 7 players with their foot on the 35-yard line, restraining line with alignment, requirements, outside numbers, numbers to the hashes and the inside hashes. Players not on the restraining line must be lined up in setup zone outside the hash marks. Okay. Y'all following? You found you good? We good out there? All players in the setup zone cannot move until the kick has hit the ground or a player in the landing zone or the end zone. A maximum of 2 returners may line up in the landing zone and can move at any time prior to or during the kick. All right. Now I'll keep the landing zone. We'll move on to that. We'll stay with the alignment for right now. How you feeling about the lineup and the alignment and with what I just read so far, bro? Like how you feeling with that? How you feeling that?
Well, I would actually go watch, a clip of the XFL doing it, and obviously it looks
Mhm.
weird.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it does. It looks weird.
yeah. Call it what it is.
Um,
Call it.
I'm gonna be honest. Now that I actually look at it, I don't think I'm gonna like this.
You don't think you're gonna like it?
No, I don't think I'm gonna like it. Because I mean, you used to something for so long, and the XFL is doing something unique to draw fans to that. And I was looking at obviously XFL. They've only been back in existence what like 3 years now, and they've literally had 3 kickoff
Hmm.
returns for touchdowns since that. And obviously, this is what the rule was implemented to do to make kickoffs more entertaining. Because I think the numbers where they had 97% of their kicks returned versus about 23% in the NFL. So obviously, that's a huge, a huge difference. But
Right,
just
big.
looking at it, it doesn't. It's hard on the eyes. It's hard on the eyes. You know what I'm saying? It really is.
It'll be because you have of some amateurs and some pros doing it, and it's not ran by a full team of professionals. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you think that? I think that it may look a little different in the NFL versus the XFL, if that makes sense. Um.
I understand. Yeah, I understand where you're the
Okay.
vantage point that you're bringing it from, but I'm just talking about just like the initial, like the start of it, like before he even
Hmm.
kicks it off. Like, okay, no one is flanking the kicker.
Right.
All right, he kicks the ball, the guy catches the ball. Like I understand the whole
And they
aspect of
move.
art. Now you're blocking it up. Like okay, I see that, but I'm just talking about like just the aesthetics before he kicks it off. And I'm like, I don't know. And then again, and then it gets to the point to all right, well, how well is the blocking gonna be? Because really,
Mhm.
y'all are right there. The guy catches a crease,
Mhm.
and he just got the kicker to beat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah.
it kind of takes away from some of the dynamic things about like returns that we've seen. Like you see a guy that breaks it, and a guy may track him down from the opposite side of the field. Whereas now, since they're
Mhm.
so close to each other, y'all are literally right there. Once he breaks the first wave, like
He gone.
he gone. So
He
I
gone.
mean, quite possibly you probably could see more. Obviously, XFL has had 3 returns, and like you
I
said, you
think when
got
we see this.
amateurs and you got former pro.
Hmm.
So actually, maybe I could actually see a situation where there actually more touchdowns. I could see that just because, like you say, you got guys that like that's their specialty, that's their job to set up kickoff and kick returns and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
But I think
now.
the
Mhm.
return teams to me now may have to do a little bit more work because obviously the kickoff team is like, okay, what is that? And like what happens with that in an onside kick situation? Like, do they go back to normal play then? Like, how does that work?
Right. I was probably getting to the onside kick rule and all that. I didn't read up on that. I was just
Okay.
reading the
Okay.
so
I
so
mean, it was really that's all we were brought up anyway. We just just to
so
talk about the kickoff rule.
yeah, so the alignment because it's the formations, right? So they're gonna play with these formations. A smart special teams coach is going to set up a formation to where you're not going to be able to where you're still going to be able to contain the returner and vice versa. The receiving team is going to set up in a way to where it's going to try to benefit them and to running the kickoff back, and I think it helps with the engagement with the game, and making the kickoff a little bit more interesting. But I think it also adds a different element, and we're gonna see one of these special team coaches actually play with these alignments on the team, because remember I read like the setup zone in a 5-yard area from the 35 to the 30-yard line, at least 9 receiving team players must line up there. So where do you can line up the others any other way that you want them to, correct?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
right, you know what I'm saying? And then at least 7 players with their foot on the 35-yard line, restraining line, on the kickoff. And then where does the other 3 or 4 go? You know what I mean? So you possibly can see a different formations where there's 7 guys up front and then there's 3 deep safeties, kind of like a prevent kind of defense or something. Your 3 best tacklers back there. I think they're going to play with this formation, and I think we're going to see something exciting to us. Like I said, that the XFL may not been able to implement that as fast, or I don't know why they didn't, but obviously they had the rules. But I think in a professional in a national football league where these special team coaches know that special teams make or break games. Special teams is a very important aspect of the game. I don't care what nobody says. I play special teams. I was a special teams the specialist and in semi-professional football. And I took pride in that. I really did. I was a gunner. And look, special teams is an important aspect. If we got down there, we got a good kick. I knew we was getting a good kick. If I made that tackle on a 10
Great
yard
field
line or
position.
deeper, right?
Yeah.
That was great field position for us, right? You know what I mean? So, and I think we're going to play with that. And I think we probably may will see a lot more nice returns. But then again, like I said, they're going to play with these alignment rules because you can set these guys up in almost a defense type of look. What are we going to see? Because they saying that they have to at least be close to the yard line, and then these guys. So can you have because they're what they're calling it is a restraining line. So you can't pass this line until a certain kickoff. So we can see 4 guys here. You could possibly set them up in the 3-4-4-3. I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
they'll
Yeah.
play with the alignments was what I'm saying. And then when we're talking about, you came up with a good question, bro, as far as the onside kick goes. So here it is. No fair catch or signal is allowed. Officials will blow the play dead. If conditions cause the ball to fall off the tee twice, then the kicker will be allowed to use a kicking stick to keep the ball in place. The closest covering official will pick up the stick immediately after kick. Onside kick. The fourth quarter begins. The team trailing has the opportunity to declare an onside kick to the officials. The current onside kick rules would apply if the onside kick goes beyond the setup zone untouched. Kicking team penalized for what is that UNS? I have no unreturnable. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, I'm lost there. There's no guide for that word up here. UNS. If somebody out there knows what that is, please let me know. Um, yeah, for real. So I'll start over. The current onside kick rules would apply if onside kick goes beyond the setup zone untouched. Kicking team penalized for the UNS. Return team would start the drive at the 20-yard line. Ooh, ooh. Hmm. Okay. All right. So penalties. The setup zone and landing zone will not change. with any penalties that carry over to kickoffs. Alignment of the 10 kickoff team players and all receiving players would not change. Only the spot of the kick would move. Penalties on scoring plays will not carry over and will be taken on the try. Penalties on the try may carry over, and if they do, only the placement of the kicker will change. Safety kick. Okay, I don't know if that was going to come up, Quest. So I'll read the safety kick. The kick will be from the 20-yard line, and the kicker will have the option to use the T, the setup zone, and the landing zone will not change. Approve rulings. The special teams working group will continue to work with the officiating department to examine any necessary approved rulings and or additional language that may be necessary to support this new rule. This language will be vetted with the clubs, circulated for the comment to all clubs, and finalized by the May meeting for the membership. So any questions out there? I kind of just went through the miscellaneous there. The landing zone, I don't know. I didn't touch on that. I don't know if y'all want me to touch on the landing zone. I thought that from what I'm quick reading through, pretty much with the landing zone, I'll just leave it there. It was explained kind of in alignment a little bit, I thought, but I mean it's on there. So um from what I'm reading, man, I mean it's like I said, it's gonna be an interesting thing to look at, man. It's gonna be interesting. I think we're gonna see some good things, but I'll read through it anyway, just because landing zone. Landing zone is the area between the receiving team's goal line and its 20-yard line. Any kick that hits short of the landing zone, treated like a kickoff out of bounds, and the ball will be spotted. The ball will be spotted on the 40-yard line. Play would be blown dead as soon as the kick lands short of the landing zone. Any kick that hits in the landing zone must be returned. Any kick that hits in the landing zone and then goes into the end zone must be returned or down by the receiving team. If down, then touchback to the 20-yard line. Kick hits in the end zone, stays in bounds, returned or downed. If down, then touchback to the 30-yard line. Oh, okay. So it's still a live. So what that's saying is still a live ball, right, bro? Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, yeah.
Still a
That's what
live
I'm.
ball. Okay, well, okay, that's interesting. Any kick that goes out of the back of the end zone in the air or out of bounds is a touchback to the 30-yard line. Ooh, so like so yeah, we definitely gonna see some kickoff returns, and we're definitely gonna see some funky formations out there. I mean, at least if Truck and Chubby could come up here and come up with some interesting ways to line up the linemen, I'm sure that these professional special team coaches will definitely mastermind this and give us some exciting ways to look at this. And um, look, we may not like it now, but this is like that song, right? This is like that song that comes on that you just don't like, and you're just so tired of hearing it, and then you hear it again, and you just start humming it. Uh, and you just keep hearing it, like okay,
Yeah, yeah,
and you just keep and you just vibing to it all of a sudden. You're like, dang, that's what this probably gonna end up being for you. I'm pretty sure. It's like you just after you get used to it after a couple times, you about okay, I see what they doing with this, and it's definitely gonna help some teams win some games. I think so. I think it's gonna be a game changer, man, for some games and for some teams out there. I really honestly do. They do, man, because we definitely got Cordell Patterson. I think Cordell Patterson, I'm just speaking on us. He's going to be that guy, one of those guys back there. I'm trying to think who else that we have right now we could throw back there, but I know for sure Cordell Patterson is going to be a guy that we're going to utilize definitely in return game in Pittsburgh. Who you thinking for the Raiders? Just right off. I mean, just who you could think of right now. That
man. We ain't got no. We
okay,
ain't got nobody.
you ain't
We
got
ain't got
nobody
nobody.
right now.
We ain't got nobody right now.
I just wanted to ask the
A
question real
different day, But like I say, with how they tried to phase it out, you
Mhm.
don't really see those big time return guys anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, I ain't gonna say big time. When I say big time, I mean guys that threats to take it back because they've kind of watered it down the kickoffs. So it's kind of like
Mhm.
you may have thought about, okay, well, man, wait till this guy gets to the league from college. Like, man, he's gonna be nasty returning. It's like, well, he got to earn a spot. Like he actually has to earn an actual position spot. Now he just can't be a return guy. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but like I said, maybe that does. Like I said, that could help because some of those guys that like I say that need a little bit more refinement on the actual position. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
That may be a benefit to them to keep them on the roster. Versus what's been going on here lately.
Facts. Facts.
So
I dig it. I dig it. You like I don't yeah. I think they might play with that a little bit, man. But it sounds like baby girl, man. She calling you, man. She saying, "Daddy, you better come here, man. Get out there."
I don't know what's going on.
See, everything cool though. My dog's barking in the background, everything going on, man. But that was interesting though. That's interesting. I can't wait to see what's going on with that, man. But we definitely gonna break down these offenses and defenses next week though, for sure, for sure. We on that. Um, I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed it. You want to touch on anything else, man? I hope that y'all was riding with us on that, man. That's gonna be dope. I think it's gonna be super dope to see, man. It's going to be a make or break season. I can't wait till football, man. It's getting closer and closer and closer, man. Cannot wait till season start. So I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna be petty. Should I be petty? Should I? No, I ain't gonna be petty. I ain't gonna be I ain't gonna be petty. I ain't gonna be petty Pendergrass. Nah, I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it, bro. Not me. But hey, yo, man, I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed the show, man. I think that we touched on some things. I think we hit a lot of we answered a lot of the people's questions out there. Hit on some of the top NBA free agencies that's available out there. Also with the NFL rule and everything, we touched on that. Yeah, I believe that too, IMAX. It definitely will be interesting, yeah, to see, with with the rules and the way that the rules are and with everything, how that's gonna work out and whatnot. Yeah, that'd be dope to see. I can't wait, man. But look, if y'all haven't already, man, make sure that y'all get at Shad on Twitter to purchase them books. I got mine. I ordered mine. I want y'all go ahead, get y'all order in. Give them your Instagram, bro, real quick, so they can get a hold of you, man, and get that book, bro. Them books, excuse me.
Oh yeah, shit. Just Shad Horn. That's it.
Chad Horn, that
Yeah, with
on
an
X
E.
with an
Oh
E.
no, no, no. It's Maximal Boy 14 on Twitter.
Okay, maximum 14,
Maximum.
maximum boy 14 on
Yeah.
X, or you know what I mean, they DM him, or Shad Horn.
On
Um,
IG.
on IG. So y'all can hit him up either one, IG or X. Make sure that y'all get in this inbox, man, and get these books, man. Support. It's just dope, man. It's super dope, bro. And I ordered mine. They're on the way. I hope
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. They
Straight up.
said. Yeah, they said it'd be that Tuesday. You know, with the holiday, so they said it'd be that Tuesday.
Oh, you signed it too, bro?
Yeah, I got you signed up. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. Straight Straight up, man. That's dope, man. I appreciate it, bro. Y'all can hear us on everything right now. Like I said, Apple, Deezer, uh, iHeart, Samsung, whatever I ain't on, you let me know and I'll try to get up on there. Make sure y'all follow us on our YouTube channels, like, share, subscribe, go back and watch some of the old ones. Get in the comments, let us know how y'all feeling us, man. I appreciate y'all coming through and spending some time with us because y'all could have been anywhere else today, but y'all was here blessing us with the views, man. So we definitely appreciate it out there. But until next time, y'all know how we're giving it up. Peace.
Wanna see Truck and Chubby live and co-host Shad? Tune in at Fans Point of View, Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Time. But in the meantime, in between time, enjoy the content. Don't forget to hit your notification bell for all updates. Thank you for watching.